And hello, good people of the internet. It is I, Tommy Kelly, and this is Adventures in Woo Woo. And in this episode, I want to talk a bit about doing magic right now, as it's possibly the best time for magic that we will have in our lives. It's going to be a very woo woo video, so just be aware of that. You know what you're getting into around this place. And sorry for all the smoke in the background. That's me burning a lot of incense as part of a greater banishing working that I've been doing over the last couple of days. But I think it kind of adds nice ambience to the background. Anyway, I just want to just talk a bit about this period of time as being a great kind of fertile ground for magic going forward, or doing it now for magic, for things that you want going forward. I have certainly noticed, and I had an inkling very early that this kind of lockdown and this type of liminal times, if that's the correct word, but it reminded me very, very similar of the days after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's, where it's kind of the dead days, where nothing really happens, where everything's shut, where, things kind of lessen down. And if you want to go kind of from the woo-woo thing, that, there's less psychic energy in the air, there's less kind of, I don't know, stuff going on. And it has this kind of fertility that other times of the year don't necessarily have. And I suppose going into the new year as well, it kind of leads up to that as well, for people making resolutions and stuff like that. So there's kind of a very good kind of time around that. But it's very similar now, only it's a lot more intense and a lot more fertile, I think. I've been doing a lot of magic recently because of trying to capitalize on this, and it's all of it, and that's unheard of for me. I've often talked about I get about 6 out of 10, 6% of the things that I do magic for come out the way I wanted them. The less I want it, or the less I care about it, the more that percentage goes up. The more I want it, the less it goes down. At the minute, everything worked out for me. Everything I did stuff for happened. But there's I've kind of in a sense probably jinxed that, I suppose, a wee bit, but I don't think so. It's like, then why aren't I a millionaire and all that? I'm not. I don't want to be, to be honest. I don't want the kind of to magic £1,000,000 would involve, I think, ending up doing something like what Bill Drummond and Mr. Caughey did on the, in the Scottish mountains or the Scottish island, where you end up having to burn things. I think that there's certain things that you probably just have to, I don't know, probably not do in such grand stuff. Certainly not from it's like, from where I stand, manifesting £1,000,000 from nowhere is such a huge magic that it's going to cost such a huge amount of energy. But if you're already a millionaire, it's not that big of a thing. It's all, relative. Anyway, all of the kind of stuff I wanted and all the kind of maneuvers and things I've been doing have all been slotting into place, and it's all kind of really good. Grant Morrison talks about it's usually happens in threes, in that it's 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years that these things tend to manifest. And sometimes that feels right. There certainly seems to be, from a visualization point of view, whenever you do any kind of visualization magic, that seems to take about 2 weeks, 3 weeks for that to kick in, for me anyway. So I kind of agree with Grant on that. Sometimes sigils happen very quick for me. Sometimes, they happen on day 4, so it doesn't fall quite in. But I know it's all ballpark type of thing. But some of the stuff has happened immediately at the minute, and some of it's happened like next day, and it's all kind of, it seems to have an extra kick to it, an extra effectiveness and all of that. But it seems at the minute, from where I'm reading, and this isn't a psychic reading, I'm not psychic, this is me just kind of looking at the world as it is and looking at the way people are talking, and I suppose going on a bit of a gut kind of feeling and that sort of thing. Like we can pick up in these kind of resonances, I suppose, if you're feeling from. But it seems that we've gone in certainly over the peak of it, and we're in the kind of second half of it now. Second half could still go on for a while, but I don't think it's going to be years or months. Like here in Ireland, we're talking about weeks rather than months, where we just, about a week ago we were talking months to a year and stuff, and now we've kind of seen what's going on and we're talking in weeks. So as we're kind of going into the second half or towards the end, the clean-up period, I would suggest that you start really thinking about the magic or the person or the things that you want to be in the, who do you want to be in the new world? What do you want to do in the new world? What do you want to have? And start doing your magic for that. If you're kind of doing the correlation between the moon and the full moon, and it's odd that it happened at the full moon, in and around that this kind of feeling happened, whatever. Like, so before it's typically said, but being a chaos magician, take this or leave this, there is a kind of a sense that you do stuff, magic, towards the full moon, of things you want to attract to yourself, things you want, you know, new jobs, money, lovers, inspiration, creativity. Then on the full moon, it's at its height of its power. Then after that, when it's kind of, you know, it's descending to the new moon, the waxing and the waning, then you do stuff that you want to get rid of in your life. So you could probably apply that to the magic kind of now, and so for going forward, it's great now. It's a great time for banishing, and it's a great time for removing stuff. But that doesn't mean you can't get stuff, because you can be clever. Like, so you can, you know, you can get rid of obstacles that would help you to, you know, get to your goal. So say you want, I don't know, you want to be a writer. So if you feel that this kind of waxing, waning kind of element to this kind of lockdown, if you wanted to follow that, and you've missed, in a sense, which you haven't, don't worry or anything, you've missed the waxing element of it, so you can't just kind of go, I want to write it. Well, in this, the waning, you go, well, remove the obstacles that is to your writer, remove, you know, whatever it is that's holding you back, see them as obstacles and do magic to remove them. So, and it's great because at the minute I'm doing this banishing, whatever, and it's kind of protection and removal of a lot of kind of stuff, and it's so woo. Like, I kind of be hesitant. I know that I'm very woo, but I'm going to be hesitant about it because I'm only talking about myself, and I'm very aware that all of these things are as much emotional as they are kind of physical, and me having these thoughts and me thinking like this, and me kind of activating my brain in this kind of way, is a lot of the reason why this is happening. So the reason why my magic is working quite well now is because I think now is a good time that magic would work. But I mean, you know, then you have to kind of decide, you know, is it just all conscious, is it all beliefs, which is the chaos magic thing, or is there an element of things going on, or both? Why not both? Why not both? So I would just encourage you to have a kind of a proper think now, while we're still in the midst of this kind of magic weirdness, this kind of dead days, this kind of interesting time that hopefully we will never come across again, to do something with it, do something magical with it. Have a look at what you want your life to be, and start bringing in those energies and those ideas and that kind of all that kind of stuff. Do your sigils, do your rituals, whatever way you do your magic, do your visualizations. Now, while the fertile ground, while there seems to be that acceleration, while there seems to be the less psychic noise, while you're not surrounded so much, which just could be a huge element, when you're not surrounded so much by naysayers or people, you know, energy vampires, or, you know, just general that kind of psychic noise, and whatever that means to you, while it can be more coherent in yourself, more complete in yourself, more trusting in your own kind of ideas, and you don't have to justify them to others. Work all out that thing and do all your magic now, and let's walk into the new world as bigger, better, bolder, more fantastic, more complete, wealthier, healthier, wiser wizards than we were before we went into this world initiation that seems to be going on, where we have a choice of positivity or negativity, and I think you can guess which one I'm choosing. So, good people of the internet, be kind, be safe, be well, and may our best days be ahead.